Hello everyone, I'm Aftermath974 here today, and well, I'm trying to play some Spyro 2. Now, I did actually try to play this, and unfortunately what ended up happening was that the game just didn't it didn't capture properly, let's say that much. So what I'm trying to do right now is figure out where my mouse is and see if I can position it in a way that I can actually see the capture running in the background. Now, unfortunately, there looks like there's a glitch on the side of the screen that's actually in the emulation. So it looks like that's the best I can do. I can't even see if the capture's working properly, and unfortunately I did actually make some progress. As you see, I got about 2% of the way through the game, but because we're not because we haven't played this game before, I'm gonna have to do it all over again. Now, I didn't play for that long, to be honest, and it means we have to watch the cutscenes and all that again. But yeah, that's just what happened, ladies and gentlemen. Is I wanted to do this, and I actually went into one of the worlds and it crashed on me. Well, not crashed, it just went to a black screen and didn't, go to anything. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that this time if I go into the level I wanted to go into, it actually works. Otherwise I might need to get, say, a patch for the game, because it might be like Crash Team Racing where you can sort of go into the game but you can't do anything with it, because the way the game works, basically it's got some protections in place which prevent you from playing it through an emulator, which is kind of what I'm doing right now. So there's a Professor and Hunter and Alora, as I learned her name from playing this. It sounds like the audio just cuts out for no reason right there. So sorry if I'm not paying attention to the story and all that, but I have actually seen this before right now, so I might actually try and do this pretty quick and see if it wants to work. The mission I wanted to go into, at least. Oh, the Professor has got the orbs to work. Interesting. What the? No. So yeah, Spyro wanted to go on vacation, and it was raining. He wanted to go to the beach, and now he's here in Avalar, not to be confused with Avatar. And that's Ripto, our main villain of the game. Take that, you. That's mean. Dumbass. Oh, and the cane's been eaten. You imbecile. The cortex of the Spyro rolled. That asswipe. I haven't got time to explain. Well, I don't have time to explain.
Right now, I have to follow Ripto and see what he's up to. I'll meet you in Summer Forest, okay?
Whatever you say.
How do we get ourselves into these messes, pal?
Because you're programmed to do so. The adventure begins right around now. So yeah, I was commenting on the fact that already did this essentially, and commenting about Spyro 1 and all that, and how I got through that game and all that. And one of the things I did mention was how you can, sort of actually hover when you glide and press triangle, which is something I wanted to do in the first game, but it didn't quite work the way I wanted it to.
I'm Spyro! Welcome to Glimmer! Unfortunately for us, a mob of lizards just showed up and started stealing all of our gems. Can you stop them?
No. The game can't continue until you say yes. Okay, circle wasn't quite working right there, but it is what it is. So what I can gather as well is killing enemies seems to give these orbs, I'm guessing, to some description. So maybe they come in handy at some point, but you don't seem to get gems from killing bad guys anymore, which is a little different. Usually it was you get gems for killing them the first time, and then you end up getting so these little orbs that contribute to getting an extra life. So that's the way it worked in Spyro 1, but this is Spyro 2. The mechanics are different, so we have to adapt to change and all that. So it seems to be going okay. I think I got through this first area relatively okay. It's just going around getting all the gems, as you do, because as I commented, if anyone's completely new to Spyro who's watching this video, then there's a character called Moneybags in this, and he takes your gems away from you, so you can access certain parts of the level that's going to be restricted from you.
Hi, Spyro. I'm a friend of Alora's, and she's asked me to help you out. Whenever you find me, I'll remember your progress like this.
Ah, I've been electrocuted.
That zap means that if you get into trouble, I'll return you to this place. See you around.
Okay, well, if you say you're fairy. So that's the save feature. So I know right off the bat that Moneybags here is gonna charge you 100 gems to get past this first bridge. So I know I have enough, but I'm just like making sure, having insurance if you will. So yep, charging into the pillar as you do. All I can hope for is that this is actually working okay, because if it's not working okay, then yeah, I'm gonna have to do this for like 3 attempts just to get it to work, and that's just something you don't want to go through. So now we can go over to this guy who tells us that we can't climb the ladder until we get the ability to do so.
Looks like you are too. After you learn to climb, come back to Glimmer to see me.
I learned to climb, so yeah, we can't do that yet. Moneybags.
Ah, you must be the dragon everyone is talking about. Well,
Moneybags.
dragon or not, I'm afraid there is a small fee to open the bridge. It will cost you 100 of your gems to cross.
You fucking piece of shit. It's the DSP of Spyro 2. Takes your money and you get nothing for it.
Whenever you want, free of charge. I hope we meet again when you have even more gems.
Dickhead. So yeah, that's Moneybags for you. Stealing your gems. It's theft, I say. So don't think we can necessarily get up there just yet. And we can get across the bridge. Upside Zoe the fairy wants to talk to us.
Try using
Oh, look at that
around this
hole in the cliff over there. Yeah, so it says look around, and looks like there's these coming out the ceiling, but I think you need to be able to climb to get to some of them, so you can't quite do that just yet. Also, I don't know if I had more gems on that at this point, but I can always come back maybe. But the whole idea of doing this is that it's not a, what I like to call a completionist playthrough. And what I mean by that is I don't go for a 100% of the game or whatever the max completion is. I just play the game because I want to and for enjoyment. So right now we get the talisman, and I'm going to go into the main hub area rather than go into that area I just went to and explore it. So the Glimmer talisman is right here, the pickaxe. So that's awesome, and the portal's open.
This magic portal next to me will take you to Summer Forest, one of the homeworlds of Avalar.
Okay, whatever you say, mate, let's go. So I don't know if I'm going to actually go for anything or everything in case I absolutely need to beat the game or get an ending to the game. So right now I'm just, you know, wanting to play this game for enjoyment. And also it's Halloween as well at the time of this recording. So Spyro Reignited Trilogy is not going to be too far away, so I want to get through Spyro 2 and 3 before
My name is
that
Elora.
trilogy launches.
I'm Spyro. What are you, some kind of goat?
I'm a fawn, you dork.
Oh, sorry.
Did you meet the gym cutters in Glimmer?
Yeah, they gave me a souvenir too. They called it a talisman.
They gave you a talisman?
A talisman.
Is it special?
Interesting.
There are 14 talismans in Avalar, and they are all magical. If you can collect enough of them, they can be used to defeat Ripto.
Well, she doesn't say all of them.
Where have you been?
So how many do you need out of the 14? Because we already got one.
Spyro's
And then that can determine if I can beat the game or not in a timely manner.
Spyro, look. There's no way you can get to Dragon Shores right now. Ripto and his monsters have taken over the castle here in the Summer Forest. You're going to have to go to Avalar's worlds and convince the inhabitants to give you their talisman. You can keep them in your guidebook.
Hey, I could do that. Why doesn't the dragon just torch Ripto?
Because that's not how life works, you stupid moron.
Shoes. How can we trust you with 14 talisman?
Sad face.
Destiny orbs, they're important too, but I'll tell you about them later.
Okay, no problem. I'll collect a few talismans, give Ripto the old hot foot, and be in Dragon Shores by lunchtime.
Yeah, hopefully. In your dreams, Spyro. In the summer forest now. So yeah, I managed to get into this bit as well. And did some preliminary exploring of the area. And yeah, it's like I need to, you know, see if the level I got to actually wants to work. Or if it's, again, something relating to patches for this game. Because I own the legitimate PAL version of the game, so it's not like I'm, you know, illegally downloading ROMs or any shit like that. It's you know, all legitimate, but for whatever reason the PAL versions of games don't like to be run on emulators, especially after a certain year when certain protections were sort of introduced. So Crash Team Racing had the same thing and had a whale of a time trying to get that set up, so I commented on this as well. That's a talisman, meaning we've done with that, so just pointing that out. I think orbs should show up there as well, but I don't know about that.
Called Summer Forest. There are portals to many of the Avalar worlds around here. Unfortunately, Ripto has taken over the castle, and we need your help. Start by retrieving the talismans from each of the worlds you go to.
Okay, I'll try to. You make it sound easy, but is it? Probably. If kids can do it, then I'm sure I can. But well, we'll see about that. It might get challenging later on, who knows. But yeah, I'm just playing this game for the enjoyment ahead of time. So then when the Reignited Trilogy comes out, I could actually try and go for the completionist playthrough, if you will. And then actually try and do everything. Which could be difficult, because I think there might be skill points in this game. I'm not 100% sure. Can we speak to Hunter? Because I didn't actually see him here.
Hiya, Spyro. Ripto smashed this bridge, so I guess you'll have to glide across it. Press X to jump, then press X again while you're still in the air to glide.
Wow, totally didn't know how to do that. Easy. I already knew how to do that, you idiots. God, how stupid do they think we are? Well, they're going into detail about it, so they must think we are pretty stupid. And how did Hunter get there so quick? What happened? He teleported. I'm not even kidding. How did he get to that position so fast? So he was just on behind the bridge. We didn't even see him move, and he's somehow ahead of us. Yeah, that makes a hell of a lot of sense. So yeah, I was just gathering gems and all that last time. I'm pretty much doing what I did last time. I didn't speak to Hunter here though, so what does he have to say?
You look like you're pretty agile. Let's try putting it to a test. See if you can get up this first step. Press X and hold it down to get more hang time.
Wow. Oh, is that teaching us how to jump or something, I'm guessing? We'll entertain Hunter, let's go.
Okay, not bad. Now to make this next jump, you'll have to glide. Press X
You
to
just
jump.
told us how to glide to begin
X
with,
again
so...
at the top of your jump get the maximum glide distance.
And then he just jumps over. Not too difficult.
Now try to do a hover. Press X to jump, then press X again to glide. Then when you reach the end of your glide, press
And then
triangle to hover. Hovering will give you extra height and distance.
yeah, and then you make long distance jumps like this. Oh, you didn't press triangle. I'm sure I did, but the game cheated and said I didn't, so speak to Zoe now.
The dragonfly following you around is your health indicator, Spyro. The brighter he is, the more hit points you have.
I kind of already knew that too, so thank you. So I'll try this. I'll try and entertain Hunter with this jump again. I did press triangle, but he might have slipped and landed on the square instead. So he ends up, you know, doing that instead of doing what he's supposed to. So I know what to do, Hunter.
To hover, press triangle during your
Oh, okay, he's going to say something different. I thought he was going to say the same thing. So again, I pressed triangle. I did. I pressed triangle that time and it didn't do anything. So unless I'm doing it too late, in which case that makes a hell of a lot of sense. But yeah, I am trying my best here, and this is imperative to learn.
Press triangle during your glide. Make sure to wait until you're near your target before you hover. Don't forget to press forward on the D-pad or the analog stick when you hover.
I like it says D-pad, but it says directional button. Yes. Like that, for instance. So you don't do it when you're right at the edge. You just, you know, get close to it and then press it.
Good. Now for the hardest leap of all. You'll have to give this one everything you've got. Get a walking start, jump, glide, and hover just before you get to the edge of the platform. Don't forget to press forward on the D-pad or analog stick when you hover.
In the directional button, but it says D-pad. Wow, look at that monumental leap. Okay, I gotta get ready for this. There we go, we did it.
Wow, you're a pretty good athlete. If I hadn't lost my running shoes, I'd take you on for real. For now, here's an orb for your collection.
Oh, so he gives us an orb for doing that. First orb. 1 orb. Happy days. So that's where Hunter resides, up top. So, oh, got electrocuted. Money bags.
Sorry, Spyro. I'd love to teach you how to swim underwater, but not as much as I'd love to take your treasure.
Prick. 500 gems to learn how to swim underwater, which looks like something you need to do. So this is the level I wanted to go into. Colossus right here. So it did look like I went into the area, but not into the area, if that makes sense. And you'll see what I mean by that very soon. And then again, that might have to do with the patch situation. So then you get these people. It reminds me of like those wizards from Spyro 1. I don't know where they were, but it reminds me of those with the sounds. And they're like magicians because they cause that goat to like levitate or whatever. Yeah, levitating goats. Oh, what's this? Unknown opcode. Yeah, definitely sounds like something that needs to be patched. So, and it's actually crashed the emulator. Okay, so I played for about 19 minutes. So I think this will be a good point to stop at. I think I need to download a patch and see if that fixes it. And if it does, then I'll continue on in a separate recording. But other than that, for now, I'm going to stop. So thanks for watching, peace out, and see you next time.